Hello and welcome to a Saturday edition of the Morning Skate Podcast. I am Matt Moody, joined by DJ Mitchell. We are going to go game by game through all of Saturday's action.
You're saying they're looking like an idiot.
Well, is that any different than normal?
This is the first time I will admit was unbelievably wrong.
So, DJ, I feel like this is not the first time this year we've recorded while there's an active war in the Middle East. But that aside, how are you doing on this fine Saturday?
Year, everything's going fine. I don't know. I just, not great. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to get into geopolitical stuff this morning. Not really on my radar, but I don't know. Whatever you think out there listening right now, you are correct. I promise you that. You've never been wrong before, and you never will be wrong. And anything that I think, if it's not what you think, it's wrong. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, I just don't understand why the U.S. military is attacking these problems when they have a enemy within their own borders. Jim Hiller remains the coach of the LA Kings.
He remains at large. I mean, finally. I mean, really, to dovetail it perfectly into the slate. I mean, like, let me just say this as we get back on track. If today the LA Kings lose the Calgary Flames at home, like, Jim Hiller has to be done, right? We finally have to be. That's got to be done, right? Like, there's no way.
You can't play a more embarrassing 2 games of hockey than they already did, though, and he still has the job. So
it's impossible. I don't know. I don't know. Did Panarin really say, or is that like a joke? He said that he got traded. He didn't get traded to go to a rebuilding team or something. Like, buddy, you went to the LA Kings. Like, I don't know what you were expecting to happen exactly. I
think he was expecting him to fire the coach.
Everyone is. Every day I wake up and I think, is Jim Miller really still the coach of this fucking team? And he's made, I think the only thing is, looking at the last game and stuff, like, the team is playing terribly, but he's not even making as many complete boneheaded decisions. It's just like some of them. I don't know. We can't get too far ahead of ourselves here. Like, we're going to talk about the LA Kings game. It's going to be a very important one.
Thanks for hanging out, Dave. Craig Berube, enemy number 2. Okay. All right.
I could get on board with that. I could get on board with Craig Berube being number 2. But I mean, it's just I don't know. The Toronto thing is weird in its own right, but really just goes to show you, like, letting Mitch Marner walk for nothing was probably not the best decision. But that's, beside the point. I mean, again, my overall feelings on Toronto and their struggles are more to do with when you have, 84 chefs in the kitchen and you're wondering why you're not cooking a good cake. It's like, yeah, because you have 87 people trying to do something, then there's not it's just like, and then you get all these different viewpoints, and like, they're just so undefined. Like, do you want to be an old hockey guy team? Do you want to be the new up and coming, try to get ahead of the curve team? And instead they just do a little bit of both, and they end up being not good enough. I don't know. Again, no one's called me yet to fix it up there in Toronto, but if they do,
yeah, I'm more of a
I'll fix it. I'll do it.
If you have what's the thing? It's Baby Hitler, Jim Hiller, and Brad Treliving. That to me would be like the the setup of
Brad Treliving has made,
I don't know if
some of the worst choices I've ever seen made by a general manager, and Toronto was like, here's a raise. Like, we can get into every single one of them, but
they have first round picks and Easton Cowan invested in Brandon Carlo and Scott Lawton. These are premium assets. Or sorry, not Easton Cowan.
Fraser Mitten sucks.
Yeah. Whatever. It's like, yeah, who could have seen that coming? That you trade premium assets and get nothing in return. All right, we have. I didn't actually count. Everyone. I think we have 13 games today.
13, yeah.
So at 12:30, in just over an hour here, we have Pittsburgh at the Rangers. It is on ABC in the States. I don't know. Well, I guess I should share. The.
Yeah, let's. We'll try to keep things moving. We know that there's. I mean, I believe there are people out there watching, or maybe that will peek into this, that are going to get ready for the Fantasy Hockey World Championship today. Obviously, neither of us quite made it. I had a couple close-ish calls, nothing too crazily close, but a couple things that were within the realm of possibility to go. But I didn't go super hard for it. I don't think you really went super hard for it this year either. But
I did not try.
We'll just have to return next year. Wait, what?
I did not try once. I need to win at DFS until you can try to qualify for the thing that was a bankroll suck even when I was winning at DFS. So, yeah.
First and foremost, thank you for the Brandon Hagel shout. I do think that Brandon Hagel is probably one of the players I get the most frustrated about when I watch him be excellent, because the Sabres let him walk for nothing. Speaking of the Sabres, yeah, we're allowed to throw shade as Sabres fans only right now. This is our only chance we've had since we were like learning to drive cars, and now we're washed up 30-year-olds. So like, we're gonna throw a little bit of shade around when we have not had the opportunity. And what's the criteria for the Fantasy Hockey World Championship? Winning a contest that got you one of the 42 seats to it. Most of them would have cost.
Yeah.
What do you think the average person spends to get one of those tickets?
I mean, I the last few years I've done that analysis. I don't think I did it last year either, but before that I was doing it because I wanted to see like, what is being, basically I wanted to quantify like my own personal play, and obviously to do that it's pretty simple to get the others and whatnot. There was a year where I think Nerdy Tenor, the year before he won it, and I think that was the Denver one. The year before that, I don't think he qualified once, and he'd spent like 40 grand on it.
My guess would have been you're probably on average looking at like $12,000 spent a seat, and to get back at least 10,
I mean,
it's probably like
the equity is 17.5. I think this year it's been around 20 to 15 to 20K on average is the seat value. So
like 100 people spend 12K to get and like 40 something of them get the 17. Like you see how the math kind of breaks down. So like you could luck into it. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple people there that spent $150, but if there's some people sitting at home that spent 40. That's sort of like, I was going to break to the meme.
I met a guy in Arizona who qualified. He entered one $25 entry. That was it. And he won the thing. Like it was just really cool. In general, it's a high bankroll.
Fell onto the floor from his butt.
Yeah, and Matt in the MN Matt Nolt in the lobby, he did not play the month of October. Came in November, and I'm pretty sure he had 3 seats by Thanksgiving. So just classic Nolt 0032 stuff. He's there to basically take the crown of NHL DFS Player of the Year. And if he doesn't win, we'll be very disappointed in him. So good luck to everyone out there. Let's get into things. We're going to start off with the early games, though. So that live final is the 7 and 8 o'clock, the 7 and 8 o'clock Eastern games. It's basically the main slate minus the 10 p.m. game because DK doesn't want to spend 6 hours at an open bar.
I do.
Well, I think we all would. But yeah, let's start things off here with Pittsburgh and the Rangers. Pittsburgh, I don't think anything's to change here. The pricing is obviously the showdown slate. The 3 o'clock slate is its own DK slate. So showdown for Pittsburgh. I don't know if there's much to talk about from a showdown perspective. Obviously, Avery Hayes is of interest on that top line, but in reality, I kind of think that these 4 lines pretty much just roll, especially if they're winning.
Yeah.
Achari, Lizotte play a ton of defensive minutes, so any line is in play here. What I want to spotlight is Tommy Novak. Did get the exact role that I thought he would last slate, where he goes from not on a power play unit to on a power play unit. There was like a DK SGP X nonsense thing. Tommy Novak for a point plus 160. It was on DK. I really like that number. Chinikov did not get the power play 1 billing. That was Anthony Mantha. So while the lines are what we expected, the power play units are a slight tweak apart. And Sam Girard did get hurt last game, but it came away unscathed. So he's available. He should play in this one, and is a $2,000 punt in the showdown slate, which I think is nearly a lock. He had 4 blocks and a shot, I think, last game. So, DJ, any thoughts on Pittsburgh here before we move into some other more exciting
Um,
slates.
Avery Hayes was the lowest timeline ice player for the Penguins last game, so tough break for him. Malkin, I mean, he just is the engine now. He was out there with Novak and Chinakhov. Chinakhov did score, but like you said, only played 13. Well, I don't think he said, but he played 13 minutes in power play 2. Really hurts his upside. Top power play was Rust, Mantha, Carlson, Raquel, and Malkin. I like that Novak shout. I might take a couple looks at that. I've kind of always, maybe not always, but I kind of am a little bit of a sucker for Mantha in a bigger role. He just is sort of the type of guy that I think lends himself well to reaching that 2-shot on goal if he has enough enough run out there on the ice. Power play point could be interesting as well, but I don't think it's with like 500 or plus 500. I think was the best I saw. Nothing crazy there, but sorry, what?
Nope, that I was just confirming. I pulled up the unabated thing. It's only on YouTube, this show, but if you're in the car or whatever, we'll try and vocalize what we're seeing. Plus 290 on DK for anytime goal is pretty much the best. I have FanDuel, DraftKings, The Score, MGM, Fanatics, and Caesars all up via unabated. So that's what I'm going to look at. If there's another book, you got to look on your own. Mantha for shots, minus 140 on The Score. Over 1.5. That's the best by a significant margin.
If that's still there, I'm going to grab that right now.
Yeah.
He's just like they were trying to get him the puck to shoot. Like he's a big guy with a big shot. They want him to shoot it, and if he's getting a bigger role, I'm just pretty much always looking at him and trying to click the button. So Mantha is minus 150 now, but still that'd be the best, I assume. So close,
it says FanDuel minus 152. So
close, but okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for Pittsburgh and the showdown slate, which I'm guessing not that many people are playing, but if you are, I think the Penguins have like Malkin, Novak, I think would be like a lock for me. And then which defenseman did you say had all the blocks? Was it
Gerard had 4 blocks last game.
Really?
And he's the minimum salary. I mean, he's just going to play a bunch of minutes, and I like the player, so seems fairly obvious to me. On the Rangers side, not expecting changes. They did lose to Philly in overtime last game, so we'll see. They sent down Oathman because they claimed Ty Cartier off of waivers. I don't think he's on the showdown slate or anything, but he's here. Probably with the Seattle Kraken price included. Lafreniere was power play 1 last game. Correct? Can you check that while we're
he was supposed to be, so unless if they changed it during the game, but I'll pull it up.
With Adam Fox back, it obviously should help them. They lost to Philly, so they're still not great. Zibanejad really, I think, let you down. So turns out
whatever.
Turns out they're not a great hockey team, and they are expensive on Showdown and whatnot. I would much rather go through the Pittsburgh side of things. Is there anything on the Rangers that you like here?
I don't think there's anything that's insane. Like, I think Lafreniere is a guy that I would definitely consider, but he's not a cheap player. So I know. I think I'm much more interested in the Penguin side. The Penguins shoot a lot more. Like, their upside's way higher. I would play that in DFS. I think, Lafreniere for a point or something is an interesting angle, but I don't really know if there's anything that's priced well here, like other than Lafreniere minus 105 for a point. Like, I don't mind that at all. And then everything else I'm just pretty indifferent to, not that interested in.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek at Lafreniere here. For a power play point plus 420. Point pretty much steady across the board, minus 105 from every book that offers it. Slightly best on DK for a goal. So there's that. I think I concur.
I'm just trying to look through, like, it's just I don't know, these point props for these Rangers players. It's just none of it excites me at all.
Almost minus 200 for Zibanejad to get a point and 200 for a goal. It's like, I agree with you there.
Which other player do you trust? Like, I think Lafreniere is the best priced one. Like he's like Mantha or Lafreniere to get a point, like gun to head. I think it's maybe Lafreniere, and he's better priced, but Mantha I'd like a lot more for shots. So those are kind of the two I think that I'd stick to, and I just don't think you need to get too cute with it. Okay, no, I think those are the two bets there. If you want a same game parlay them because you're watching the 12:30 game, have at it.
A nice little appetizer for the day of action. After this, we have games at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. So, yeah, nice,
Did you like
nice little
there?
day.
I feel like you didn't.
I didn't what? What did I not
do?
Oh,
nothing. Just continue onward. I'm just clowning in the background.
Well, I need to hear what you're saying in order to.
It sounded like you were singing the song, like 6 o'clock rock, because we're doing that.
Yeah, no, I get it. See,
every joke is better when you explain it.
Well, you see, DJ, when you talk while I'm talking, it's really hard for me to hear you. So.
I still awesome. Can get my wife to do this show with you, so you can talk the whole time and she can pretend to pay attention. We've had this idea before.
Yes. Well, I would just stop, middle of a sentence, and it would be like, "Hey, what did I just say?" And she'd be able to just tell me what I said. And that would be such a novel concept. Boston heads into Philadelphia, also on ABC. This game probably puck drop at like 3:20. So if you're looking for lines before the 3 o'clock slate starts, good luck. We expect Boston to remain the same, coming off a win in Columbus. Kuznetsov, Lindholm, Pasta, Middlestat, Zacha, Arvidsson, Icy-Mont, Minton, Geeky, Janot, Corrali, Kastelich. Defensively, I think this is their healthy set. Maybe Yoki Haru mixes in somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, nothing too surprising here. I still sort of live on Middlestat, Zacha, Arvidsson Island. Arvidsson's continued to put up excellent results. For some reason, he has 4,200. The main problem is, of course, is that David Pastrnak is unbelievable. So, you're sort of dealing with a dangerous fade, but for these prices, I could totally see playing just line 2 and not trying to fit in Pastrnak, considering that we have both. We have all three, honestly, of McDavid, McKinnon, Celebrini on this slate later. So I like the depth here for Boston. Anything from you?
Yeah, I've never, ever liked the depth for Boston, but I get why you're saying that given the context of this slate.
Mr. Victor Arvidsson Stan, I feel like you should be backing me up here.
I can see it given the context of the slate. It's basically like, let me grab my running shoes and put on the Victor Arvidsson pair and try to see if that can happen again, which is fine. But
you're gonna tell me? Did you look at the thumbnail you made? You put Pierre-Luc Dubois and Dylan Holloway on it. What the?
Yeah, that was to make you mad, and it worked.
I'm not mad that they did well, but you can't tell me, Victor Arvidsson's points chasing.
Yeah.
No,
you said to do McDavid Celebrini, and I said I can do better.
Shit. He's been doing this all season. Look at this. He's generating DK points 60% better than the league average forward. He's not on the top power play. He's at 11.5 expected fantasy points, 10.5 actual per game over his last 10.
How many more expected fantasy points did Dylan Holloway have last game than the average?
I'm sure.
I don't know, 9,000%.
Dylan Holloway 11.84. Victor Arvidsson 11.78. Interesting. Makes you think.
I should have made 3 cover boys. You're right. I fucked up. I like Arvidsson. No, everything you're saying is correct and justified. I'm just not going to sit here and go to war over it.
You must love the Philadelphia Flyers then. So tell me about your favorite Flyers.
No, I hate this game. This game sucks. I don't have any interest in anything. I'm not. I don't hate the idea of Arvidsson, but how many minutes did he play last game? 14. I guess that's fine. On the other side, you go to the Flyers and you're like, well, Michkov had a great game. How many minutes did he play? 14, power play 2. They're just playing idiots, and they're dumb and they're bad, and the Flyers suck, and the Flyers are also like to suck the life out of every game they play because their goaltending is so fucking bad that they can't let any shots get to that goalie or it's going in. So yeah, I don't love this game for upside. I like the idea of Elias Lindholm point, to be honest. That was sort of one that I took a look at and thought, you know what, screw it. Like, this guy is not that bad. Don't look at the Olympics, because if you look at the Olympics, I don't even know if he was out there, even though he was supposed to be power play one. But like you could be brave too. You could say, I'm not betting, minus 135 Elias Lindholm point, because I'm braver than that and I want plus money things. And if you're going to do that, yeah, I think Arvidsson's probably the guy you bet through, either shots or a point. I don't know if I just don't trust his role. I don't trust the Flyers not to make this game, grind to a halt. And I don't think there's a ton of goals to be had here. So yeah, I'm not planning on playing this game. Like, I don't know.
If you are on Splash Sports, where they have like their little pick'em thing, I don't think they do the silly correlation thing. They might though, but in any case, if you're trying to take
threw my phone on the floor, but
a 5-leg parlay there, it's posted and it's like the underdog thing where like, oh, it's a, you just get a multiplier, so you do the math and it's about 118. Everything else is, I like looking at that. Obviously I can't do it in PA for underdog or for Splash or whatever, but if you are a Splash Sports guy, that's what this little whale is. And that means it's a pretty good bet over there, because it's way better like on an actual sports book than it is on the force parlay thing. All right.
Let me ask you this. Okay, ask you one more question and then I'm good to move on. Are you a Bobby Brink guy?
I would not consider myself a Bobby Brink guy, no.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need to be. I just, like, he is one guy that, like, I mean, it feels a little bit game by game, but like sometimes you're like, holy fuck, this guy's shooting everything. He is donkey chucking and he's playing a lot of minutes. And like, I feel like there's and with a lot of minutes, he's playing power play one. It's, Konechny, Dvorak, Zegras fully correlated with Brink and Drysdale, for those listening at home. I just wondered if there's anything to that kind of a thought process or play or something, but
I think that's valid, especially on the DFS slate, where if you're trying to play two of Celebrini, McDavid, McKinnon, you need some 3K guys. That one certainly does fit the bill. I don't have a problem with it.
I think of all the guys we've talked about, like that's the, like, if people like yesterday were like, hey, like, are you going to do any of that kind of like the really long odd shots? Bobby Brink kind of stands out as a guy that I wouldn't hate to put in one of those, because his odds are really, really low. And I know that he has a lot more upside in one game. And like, who is shooting on that power play, right? Like, kind of feels like nobody, which is a problem, but basically their coach is an idiot, but maybe Bobby Brink.
The Flyers power play is not something that moves the needle for me in any huge way, but all right.
And that's a problem.
They should fix it. That's just the appetizer. Because up next we have Edmonton at San Jose. That is a 4 p.m. start, so 1 o'clock in Pacific land. Edmonton, I don't think anything here should have changed. So obviously we'll see on goalie, but McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Jake Wallman had a game last time out. Revenge spot there for Mr. Wallman. What are your thoughts on the Edmonton Oilers, and how do they compete with Macklin, Celebrini and friends?
Yeah, I mean, they get a much tougher matchup than last time where they played LA, so that's tough for them. They have to deal with that happening. The Oilers rock. I mean, they're a really, really good team, and they are led by the best player in the world. So doesn't take a rocket scientist to think like maybe you might want to get some action here. Like, I would love if I'm, this is kind of the problem with playing Pasternak, is like I'd so much rather play McDavid and Celebrini, and there's a 0% chance to get both. I wouldn't hate the idea, honestly, of playing McDavid and Savoy, just because of how much McDavid plays, and it feels like Savoy is just actively getting more involved in the offense and becoming a bigger focal point of the team. Like, there's sort of 6 players now, maybe, forwards, right? Like McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, and then you're getting like Roslovic and Savoy that are sort of more involved in the offense. So like, I wouldn't hate that idea of running it that way. And then trying to, play something on the other side with Macklin to make sense of it all. I don't think there's anything crazy to glean from this game, but I do kind of see an emergence of Matt Savoy as like a guy that, again, I mean, obviously I was a fan of and I was high on when he was drafted by the Sabres. Like I think every Sabres fan was really high on him, and didn't really get there and gets traded for McLeod, and it's worked out really well. But like that doesn't mean this guy is nothing. Like he is still something, and clearly he's finding a groove right now. So I'd take a peek at that in DFS. I don't think there's any bets for him out there other than Cole, but.
Yeah, the significant point of interest was that last game they went 11-6 because Matthias Janmark was injured. I don't see any record of them calling someone up. I'm trying to think of what their roster is to, if they're activating someone or something. But I'm guessing they have a full lineup here, so there's slightly less certainty in their time on ice across the board. Plus they won 8-1, so you're going to see more minutes for these depth guys. So I don't know how much I buy 17 minutes for Savoy being like a sticky trend.
Yeah, it might not be, but
he's been fine. But when you're looking, price wise, like him and Roslovic are right next to one another, and I trust Roslo a little bit more. It's not like the power play role really matters because there's no second power play time anyway to go around for Edmonton. So yeah, I think you're focused on, I think if you're not focusing on McDavid Draisaitl here, it's a mistake. But point taken. Shark. Well, hold on. Let's take a. Is there a player here you want to look at? I mean, we can look at McDavid and Draisaitl and see if there's anything fun.
Everything is fun about everything they do. Yes, you're gonna be shocked to hear that I think they're both pretty good. I got nothing really more to add. Like if they go 11-6 again, it changes things. But if they, let's just say, just Ekholm is out in general, I think you already covered the main thing here, and that's Wallman.
It was the end mark. I know Matthias. I think you either misheard or misspoke there. Just making sure no one's
fucking. Sorry. I'm not going to get into it. I'll fix it in a minute. Yeah, Janmark out. Wallman, big boost.
No, we're not.
Wait, what?
You see, DJ, Matthias Janmark is the forward. Matthias Ekholm is the defender. He's fine. Unless there's something I'm not familiar with.
No, you're right. What I'm saying is wrong. But why did Wallman play so many minutes? And Ekholm play so few? Is Ekholm just bad?
They were up $1 trillion to nothing.
Interesting.
That's my assumption.
Okay, Walmart's actually 5K. Never mind. Everything I said was stupid. Let's move on to the Sharks unless you have anything else to add.
Oh, speaking of revenge, Ty Emberson and Jake Wallman get the nice revenge matchup. All right. San Jose. Last game they moved Celebrini between Graf and Kurashev, and they benched Will Smith, and there was a line change involved, and everyone was mad at Will Smith, and that's fine. I don't particularly think that even at home that this matchup is going to draw a ton of interest from the field, so I'm very happy to go back to Celebrini and Smith. Kiefer Sherwood did get a sizable boost. I think he was 3,700 or so on Thursday. Maybe like 35, 34. Now he's 45. Should still be on the top power play unit, but we'll see. Will Smith, again, just a guy that it's been my dude all year, so I will happily go back there, even if there is a bit more risk than before, given, I didn't have him being benched in a range of outcomes for that Calgary game. Unfortunately for, I guess, what I'm about to say, this Eklund, Misa, Toffoli line seems to got priced up a little bit. So I was thinking, them picking on Edmonton depth could be fun, but paying $12K for that sort of line, like when you're talking about the Boston second line, that is $11K, and I just like them more. So not really anything for me on San Jose, but if you wanted to try to poke around a point prop for Eklund or Toffoli, I wouldn't hate the idea. Because again, I do think they'll get some very juicy matchups with the bottom of the Edmonton roster. But any thoughts on you for the Sharks?
Sorry, I'm trying to fix my mouse, and I think I did. Okay, I have any thoughts on everything you just said? I think you made the main point of like, we don't exactly know if this is going to be the lineup because they did change it last game and they didn't run a practice. So definitely keep an eye on that before lock, because it could definitely change. Like Kiefer Sherwood at 4,500 is fine if he's with Macklin Celebrini and you're playing with Celebrini, but if he's no longer with Celebrini, that runs into quite the issue. I'm still, minus 145 for Will Smith is still something I definitely would like to bet. I just think that no matter what, that's going to, Will Smith is still one of the best, like one of the best players in the league, I think, emerging into. So I would still go that route. I don't really think there's anything crazy here. I'm wondering about Klingberg. Are we thinking this is one of those donkey Klingberg games or not? Like, is this a spot is this a revenge game? Did he play?
So much revenge. Yeah, so much revenge here.
He plays here.
Yeah, the weird thing I noticed was they had a 6-on-5 to close that game because they lost to the Flames, and it was Dmitry Orlov out there. I don't know if that means they're going to flip the power play units or whatnot, but we have seen Orlov quarterback the top power play in the past, and so I wouldn't really be eager to bet on Klingberg just because if he doesn't have that power play run roll, he's just such a bad bet, and I don't see how we can be certain there. If you wanted to take a speculative Orlov, that's fine. He's 2-1 for a point, and even if he doesn't play on the power play, he's been, not good, but he's been okay enough to the point where, I don't think that's gonna kill your expected value on the day or anything.
Yeah.
I did want to mention with Will Smith though, if you do bet him, I would much prefer to chase upside. Like for example, 3 points for him is 12-1. Like I would much rather do that than a 145 point prop, just because, if he's playing the role that I think he does, I think 12-1 is, much more close to accurate for just mega upside smash game than like, oh, well, there's a chance he doesn't play a ton and there's a chance he's with Wenberg instead. And so it's like, he could get a point, but I would feel better about shooting for the moon on a guy like Will Smith. And so that makes me, aligned with my DFS thinking as well, that like, you play guys for upside in tournaments. So there's my, I guess a little bit more on Will Smith. I think I'm good. Anything else before we move on?
Keep an eye on if Kershaw's a Celebrini, because at minimum salary that would become not a lock, but I would say pretty close to a lock.
Very annoying,
especially if you're playing Celebrini, because he, like if you look at he was the highest expected goals leader in that game against the Flames, and he only played 14 or 15 minutes, but like we talked about Michkov, we talked about Genikov, like those guys also played 14 minutes, and if they were minimum salary with the best player on the team, I would definitely play them. So, and he's just in that similar role. So power play 2, definitely enough on the surface. But let's move over. Do I think this is the last of the early games?
Nope.
There's one more after this.
3 more.
Jesus Christ, a lot of early games. Okay.
New Jersey, they suck.
Okay.
They're going into St. Louis. Are they going to score goals? Probably not.
No, they're not.
Did they change their lineup? Because actually, is this the game Luke Hughes could be back? Let's see.
I think technically, let's look. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's look at this together.
He's eligible to do something
better.
He could return. I don't think it's confirmed yet, though, that he will or not. So,
I'm not seeing anything. 13 games, a lot on TV. I'm seeing nothing that's going to tell me what's really going on here. Lots to keep an eye on here. Again, if you're playing the New Jersey Devils, you're playing the Devils because they're playing the Blues. And I actually, at this point, I just think the Blues are just as good, if not better. Like, the Blues are getting healthy. If they had Robert Thomas, it would certainly help. But like, this is not a cupcake matchup at all. Like, the Blues are bad, but like so are the Devils. Like, is kind of my point here. And the Blues are like, they're deeper than you'd think. And we're going to talk about that next, I'm sure. But Connor Brown did play the second most minutes against the Penguins in a game they, of course, lost 4-1 because this team sucks. I think if you're playing Jack Hughes, you're just playing him, even though he sucks. But like, at what point do we just say Connor Brown is a guy they're giving too much run to not consider?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is about the size of it. And that's a bad indication of what's to come for this team, because if you're giving Connor Brown all this run,
yeah, I can't
shoot,
get there. It's just
what to the playing Connor Brown situation.
Show me Gritsu Glass Haminaho actually playing hockey, and I will, like the Devils a little bit more. But come on, like these guys.
Let's look here. Glass played 12 minutes last game.
Yeah, they're not
Haminaho did play 13 power play 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never mind, because Luke Hughes is back. I was gonna say Nemec, but seems pretty unnecessary because we just don't know who's going to be on what power play doing what.
Yeah, St. Louis sounds like Robert Thomas could be back. I don't really I don't know what that would mean, because they're coming off of a win, and so does Jack Finley come out of the lineup? That's my best guess. So let's just update this for what we saw last game. Neighbors, Bushnevich, Kyrou should remain the same. I think we talked, they had a couple great games before the break too. Holloway was with Sundqvist and Berggren. Let's see. Actually, Suter. Suter was, yeah. But in any case,
was never, yeah.
If we look at the third line, this is where it would get dicey, because it's Robbie Fabry, Shen, and Snuggerud, and it's like, okay, if Thomas is back, does I just don't know. It's a little bit dicey because
Dvorsky. Wait, what?
Yeah, where does he go? I just don't know where everyone goes here in this lineup, because is Dvorsky playing wing now?
Nobody knows, but it's provocative. They won 5-1 against Seattle. They didn't have a single power play either, so all 5-on-5 goals, which is we also have no idea what that's really going to look like exactly. So a lot of questions here, but I mean, if Holloway is out there with really anybody, but especially Robert Thomas, I'm going to be very, very interested. So I think it's just all the way through Holloway for me in any capacity. He looked magnificent first game back. He's pretty big plus money for 3 shots on goal, plus 135. He's plus money for a point. I'm not overthinking it. This is a player that coming into the year, I think there were no 2 higher slappies for Dylan Holloway, and injuries have derailed him, but he is, I think, every bit of what you want in a guy you want to bet on. And this is a guy that we were betting for 3 shots at minus money. And he's just back, doing everything you want. And he's playing, he was the second most minutes as a forward in a 5-1 game, which maybe that's because they got the lead, but that's just to say he's good at everything. He's good at producing offense. He's good at playing defense. He checks. He does all the stuff you want to see from a guy that's going to put him in a position to succeed in betting. So I'd also play him in DFS with anybody and anything. So I don't think you need to get Robert Thomas in there either. You could play I think the way I would build is Celebrini with a winger, McDavid with somebody that you can fit, and then just Holloway and probably punting defense.
I mean,
any thoughts on anything here before I
absolutely have to see Robert Thomas playing as a center to bet into this game, because this game sucks. I don't have
the game
high
does suck
hopes
though. That is a problem.
I don't have high hopes for this environment, and so that's going to be a 445 thing, where if Robert Thomas is playing, and if Holloway's at least with Kyrou or Thomas, I just don't want to play Holloway if he's with Suter and Berggren again and go, oh, well, it happened last game, when it's Seattle just they don't possess the puck. So if they make a good effort, they're going to score, versus the Devils, it's well, they have the puck a lot, they just don't score. And how does that work for Holloway? I don't know. So let's keep going on to the Islanders at Columbus. The Islanders lost they won in overtime in Montreal last time.
Yep.
JG Pajot, I gotta come clean. The goal he scored, I was oh, I've seen this goal before, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and I just type in Twitter Pajot goal, and I posted it in the Discord. But there's a goal he scored like 3 years ago to break up the Kings' record win streak to start a season on the road or something, where it was like an overtime goal, the exact same goal, where like they win a face-off in the defensive half of the ice. He skates down the right side, gets a bank pass, goes in, scores the exact same move, and I've never been more ashamed yet impressed with how my brain does that. Yet I struggle to remember like I don't even know when my aunts and uncles and some of my friends' birthdays. Like I can't remember that. But yes, JG Pasha overtime goals. Got it. Yours is easy because it's a day of the dead, and that's what I think about when I think of you.
And you're always dead. Perfect. So yeah, this game. First off, from a betting perspective, I don't think it's difficult at all because Horvat and Barzal last game played 24 and 22 minutes altogether, correlated power play, all the nonsense in the world. I know Horvat got an assist. I'm not even sure if Barzal got a point, but like they're both like minus 150 for a point on the score, and I just don't think you need to get cute here. Like they are the entire team. Matthew Schaefer had 2 goals, so Matthew Schaefer was very, very valuable. Again, like. I think I said it on the show of like, if you're playing Horvat Barzal, like just play Matthew Schaefer. Like nobody's going to play Matthew Schaefer. And so like I'm pretty just, there's no need to get cute here in one of the better games on the entire slate.
Yeah.
Just play the good players.
Horvat's also 145 on DK when you click into that menu. So that's a nice little find.
Yeah, he's actually 150 on the score now. Barzal is 160, so that has fallen.
Yeah, and obviously this might not be up to the minute unabated, so take that for what it's worth. But it does seem like if you're clicking into the actual point menu rather than the over/under, you're getting slightly better value on Barzal and Horvat. So always make sure you check your different menus because for some reason these folks can't keep them aligned.
And if you pair them together, it's plus 104.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know.
Of all the things I've ever done, that wouldn't be the dumbest.
Like betting them because like they are so correlated. Like you're saying, it's hard. Obviously, it's possible. We just saw it happen, but getting slightly better odds there, like you would probably be close to accurate there. Plus money on Schaefer, you get a point, is also intriguing.
Yeah.
Columbus has been fine, but they just lost to Boston. Like, I don't know. Schaefer put the team on his back last time out. He just had, he could have the Michkov, the Celebrini, where it's just, he got a bunch of time off, and this is the first time he's ever played like this many minutes, this much ice time. He could just be back to like, November Schaefer, where he's just a world-beating defenseman. So plus money for a point against
138 on FanDuel for a point.
Oh, wait.
And plus 110 to pair them together. Minus 138.
Okay, there you go.
I just wanted to look what the correlation was there. You know what? I'm gonna pair them together because it's plus 110 instead of whatever I said before, which was plus 104. I'm going to put a couple ducats on it.
Wow, DJ, come on. Like, this is a family show.
I know. Wow. I can't believe I'm going to say something about gambling on it.
I know. It's crazy. Oh, boy. Let's see. The Islanders.
I'm not enjoying FanDuel. I'm not enjoying you. I'm not filling out your survey. Fuck you. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and everyone else on the Islanders just doesn't play much. So, if you want to do Holmstrom or Richie punt stuff, feel free. But I don't think I'm, going there on a slate with so many cheap options we just talked about. And, if you're not betting, I don't know why you're betting on those guys instead of Horvat, Barzal, Schaefer, when we just talked about how fair those odds were across the board.
Yeah. Let's
head over to the Columbus side. We did actually, I think, got a morning skate from them because we saw the same power play unit, Marchment, Fantilli, Marchand. Okay. Werenski, Coyle as like their power play one. The rest, did we get a full lineup from them then?
Yes, it was the same top line.
Okay.
And hold on, I'll get the rest because I did retweet it.
I see it. Jenner, Monahan, Heinen. Jenner, Monahan, Heinen. Oh boy.
My God, dude. Kent Johnson.
Oh,
I'm gonna go
back.
I'm driving to Columbus now to get him out of there. Could they just trade him to like the Blackhawks so we can play with Bedard, please?
Whew. God. I mean, DJ, I just figured it out.
What?
So we talked about the Sharks. They're already talking about how Kiefer Sherwood is going to be removed because the Sharks got him and went on like a 27-game losing streak. What about
they might be bad.
Kiefer Sherwood for Kent Johnson, 1-for-1?
Every single 100 hockey man would
actually evaporate into a fine powder if that happens. So no.
Just God.
The thing is give Columbus what they want. They want the most boring defenseman possible and Zach Werenski. Give them Connor Murphy. You get Kent Johnson. Okay. It's easy. It's not a hard concept. Then they'll have Provorov, Severson, Connor Murphy, Fabro. I mean, they're just going to block 42 shots a game, and everyone will be happy in Columbus as they lose. But like, let's not make this hard. Like, easy concept. I'm gonna call what's his name, Kyle Davidson. I'm calling him right now. Boy, do I have a plan for you. Yeah, I mean, I think I just like the Islanders side more. I get what you're saying. Like Columbus had been great going into the post Olympic break. They were awesome. They were really, really good. This team is not that good. Like it's fine. And the Islanders are, I think, probably the quietest like playoff lock team. Just play Barzal, Horvat, Schaefer. Like, what are we doing here? It's way cheaper than playing Werenski and anybody, really. Like, I don't know. I think I like the Islanders side more here. I mean, is Sorokin also a factor? Like, unfortunately, goaltending does matter because Sorokin is the best goalie in the world, probably.
Yep. And, Sorokin today with who's her backup? Rittich tomorrow. So
Rittich, yeah. That's what
tomorrow for attacking the Islanders. I agree with you there. I much prefer the Islanders side of this game. If anything, it'd be Charlie Coyle once again. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. No, I said first time in the whole show. You said that. I agree with you on this completely.
You agree. Great. So congratulations in advance.
Johnson was there where Ryan Green is. Can you imagine?
Oh, you're right.
How much money would we lose? How much would we lose?
We would lose so much money here. Well, perfect. So we might have Chicago lines. I didn't even think to check if we were getting them because there was a afternoon game.
I will look for you because I care.
All right. Green, Bedard, Burakovsky, Moore, Nazar, Teravainen, Bertuzzi, Dickinson, Mikheyev. Okay, so a slight little rearrangement of nonsense. Nothing too crazy. Heading into Colorado, believe it or not, this is not going to matter in the slightest. I do not want to play at the Chicago Blackhawks. Bedard is 8,200. I don't think that's a fair price for the matchup or anything. Sam Rinzel, Levshinov, that sort of donkey derby continues. I think Rinzel, was he in the box? I think Rinzel basically Levshinov took a power play shift from Rinzel last slate, and I think there was an obvious reason, but now I'm blanking. But yeah, it's just not a clean role for him. In the way that it was when Levshinov was a healthy scratch. So I don't want to do that against Colorado. Any argument to the contrary?
Not really. I mean, Rinzel did get 21 minutes and a lot of power play runs, so I still think he's totally fine, but it is getting worse as his price is going up. But I mean, 3,700 is fine. Like, I'm definitely not gonna tout against it. I'm still just like play Bedard and this Nazar. Like, I get that they're not gonna see the ice together a lot, but the power play role is really valuable, and I just don't really. I'm not playing Burakovsky or Green. Like, these guys suck, and like Bedard is going to see run with other players. Like, honestly, play him with Bertuzzi. Like, if things aren't going well, Bertuzzi's going to probably be back with Bedard. Like, they're going to mix it around. Bedard's playing way more minutes than everybody else. Just, I don't think you need to get cute with the Blackhawks. And also, you probably don't need to play them at all. Like, they're still playing fucking Colorado.
Thank you. Jesus
end
Christ.
Of the day.
Yeah,
Perfect.
2-1 for Bedard to score. There you go. If you wanna play Bedard in DFS, just do that instead because
And like
there's
Bedard is
obviously
matchup proof. I mean, there was a game where I think I bet him at like plus 250 to score against Carolina, and he had like 3 points and 2 goals. Like the guy is on another planet. Canada not bringing him was the worst decision made by any GM that made any decisions. And there was a lot of bad decisions made by many GMs.
All right.
How about the Colorado Avalanche?
Yeah, the Avs should be healthy. They played a back-to-back and didn't practice yesterday, and nothing from this morning. So, assuming Landeskog, McKinnon, Nachos, Lehkonen, Nelson, Nichushkin. Wait, was that the? No, I'm blanking. They played
What?
2 games on a
Minnesota
back-to-back.
lost 5-2.
Okay, yeah, they got killed in that game. So maybe they do change everything.
Yeah, they got killed.
Yeah. I was trying to think if that was the first game.
Yeah, Landeskog, McKinnon, Nachos. That line worked ish. Nelson.
Oh, because he scored
Lehkonen.
super late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So everything did stay the same. I'm guessing we just see this roll out again. If you need me to sit here and tell you that McKinnon is a wonderful play against the Chicago Blackhawks, I don't know what to tell you. Of course he is. Their depth is a little bit pricey still for me. $18K for Lehkonen, Nelson, Nichushkin. Like, it's really hard to play McDavid with that line, for example. So, like, I would much rather just try to play McKinnon with McDavid and try to work around things, or, Celebrini, Smith, like anything like that. It's not like you're easily playing them with the second line here anyway. So I'd rather find a way to get to the McKinnon of it all. I don't think there's anything else down the lineup that I can try to sell you on. Is there anything that you are looking at?
Really struggling here. I would just, like, if you're doing anything in the betting space outside of, well, again, like, never mind, that fucking sucks too. Holy shit, this is brutal. Sheesh, I got nothing. I'm just trying to find. I was gonna say something Landeskog related. He's minus like 200 for a fucking point. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. I think the McKinnon shots ladder seems really good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a decent bit better on DraftKings. Not a lot, but a little bit for 3.5. I think you just go with the McKinnon 4 and move on if you're gonna bet something here.
Yep. So technically you could go MGM, I think, for 3.5, and then 4.5, 125 DK, 5.5, 255 DK, 6.5, 5-1, 7.5, 10-1. I think that 10-1 is where it starts to get a little tenuous. I don't know the full. I can't really picture the distribution of shots versus probabilities and whatnot, but I think even up to 7 shots is totally fine at 5-1. I mean, he's Nate McKinnon.
Shit, he is, isn't he?
Yeah, and that also plays into if Connor Bedard's doing stuff. Hey, guess who needs to actually try now? Nate McKinnon. So that's a way to sort of bet on that without actually betting on that.
How many shot attempts did Nachos have in this game against Minnesota? Hold on one second, because I just saw something that seemed crazy. Okay, it is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 shot attempts, 2 goals, and 2 posts. Makar had, holy fuck, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so what are you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, Philip Gustafson had 48 saves and then threw up, so I'm going to guess the Colorado players had a lot of shots, but thank you for counting for us.
Please name the league. He had 47 saves and threw up. Please, somebody. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're all on the same page here. We're good. Let's move to the 7 p.m. games.
All right. Thank you, Max, for counting here. Canada fucked up.
I'm going to say it every single fucking podcast. It pisses me off to no end. They're like, what if we bring a bunch of bad players that can't score just to try to match USA, who also won't be able to score, instead of bringing really good players who can score? It was a dumb decision. They're idiots. And I'm happy. I mean, I live in the USA. I wanted them to win. I'm happy they won. Thank you for not doing it. But like, now everybody's just, yanking their beanstalk to fucking Macklin Celebrini and acting as if Connor Bedard isn't just as good, if not better. We move on before I get back on my rant again. That nobody wants to hear, and he's definitely wrong.
How the fuck did we switch roles on this show? Where I'm just
angry. Like Celebrini. Okay.
What?
Like Celebrini is moving into the top 5-ish players in the league, and everyone's acting as if Bedard's not also doing that. Like forwards, we'll just say forwards. Like we're acting as if Bedard isn't doing that as well. With way less talent around him, he is doing exactly the same shit. Just nobody seems to care. And it makes me frankly furious. We move on to the 7 p.m. slate.
Starting off with an absolute banger, Detroit at Carolina. Actually, let's take a look. I didn't even show the expected goal stuff. So Pittsburgh, cool. Edmonton, cool. Colorado, cool. Wow, mind-boggling stuff here from our friend the Rainbow Sheep. Philly against Boston, surprisingly decent because Boston's not been great, but it's because they've gotten great goaltending. So like, I always tend to discount they're not playing well defensively when their goalies are going apeshit at 5-on-5 because like there's rebounds and stuff that just So I'm not over reacting to that. Otherwise, the spots that are bad are pretty bad. That's no surprise. Detroit, Carolina. The pace is fine. The expected goals are bleh. The actual goals are horrendous. Okay, yeah. I did not expect we were going to see anything too revolutionary there, but because I set this up and never showed it, I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything. Simon Edvinsson back for Detroit. That's, again, very good news. 4K DFS, probably not of interest, but it pretty much starts and ends with DeBrincat for me. I would much rather play Larkin, Raymond, Casper at home in a better matchup than this. I don't necessarily think that they're just going to true talent, capitalize on chances the way that like a Kucherov point combination can. So let's try to shoot for, 7 shots and a goal from DeBrincat and move on. And obviously Kane could come along with that ride, but DeBrincat's the only guy here to stand out to me. Anything from you?
I hate this game. I'm not playing it. I'm not betting it. I think I'm throwing this one. Well, at least I mean the Red Wing side. I think I'm throwing it straight in the trash can. There's one player on Detroit who shoots, and like maybe you could convince yourself that Raymond is getting better at shooting, but now they're playing Carolina and the pricing is bad. So I'm not doing it. Like I think Carolina's kind of turning back into a buzzsaw defensively as they've really reached full health. So no, I think I'm just fully out. If it was anything, it would be a point prop. Again, I'm just talking strictly about the Detroit side of the house. And like, even then I'm just like, I don't really even know what I'm clicking. It's probably Raymond, but like minus 154, like it just feels like you're really trying to find something to bet instead of feeling good about what you're betting. So I'm not doing it. I'm fading this game in daily fantasy. It's not cheap either. Like it's cheaper because Detroit's a little bit discounted in the matchup, but like not cheap enough. So it's a large no from me, dog.
All right, Shams here in the chat weighing in with the Wings fan perspective. The Canes kill the Wings. So there's your Perfect. Sneaky upside on the Canes. I don't know if that's true or not. It is no longer Logan Stankoven's birthday, so unfortunate there that we lose our magenta boy. I don't think there's any Carolina changes. I'm guessing we got a morning skate in. Freddie Anderson starts, no changes. So yeah, all good except I guess Freddie's
By the
starting.
Way, for those betting at home, there is a boost. I didn't even see it till right now for the opening 2 games for the DraftKings Sportsbook, 30% boost, $50 Evan Max on Mantha 2 shots, Lafreniere 1 point, and Bobby Brink 2 shots. Going in.
I did mine Michkov point, Arvidsson point, Novak point. And that is 11. Make a wish.
I will not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Carolina here. Stahl, Ehlers, Martinuk is certainly where I'd start because they are 11K. I understand Svechnikov, Aho, Jarvis. They're 19.5K. They in theory have upside. Again, I feel like I've yet to see it happen. So continue to fade them. Hall, Stankoven, and Blake actually did do stuff last time out, including the Hall goal. I think was an awesome play from either Stankoven or Blake to like dangle down the middle of the slot and set someone up back door, and it's like, oh, wait, they can turn chances into fantasy points because they are at 24 as a line expected fantasy points and only producing 18 on a per game basis for 10K. That's, like 24 is a lot, 18 not so much. I still think, I just think that Stahl Ehlers is more interesting to me. And then Gossesbear. I think you promised last Slate to continue talking about Gossesbear until the cows came home. But now we're getting a revenge spot for Gossesbear. Flashback.
Cows are still out to pasture. I will continue to talk about Gossesbear. They're not home yet.
Wonderful. I do think that relative to the slate, Gossesbear's a solid one-off defenseman too. 5K, you're looking at guys like Vince Dunn, Brant Clark, a little bit more expensive, Harley, Uyghur, Dobson, Sider. So I think Gossesbear fits in nicely there in that range if you're just trying to play an upside defenseman one-off. All right.
Yeah, he shoots a lot. He honestly, sometimes you just gotta look at a guy's game logs and say, yeah, bucket dog. Like this guy. I think the problem is that now they're fully healthy on defense, so like he'll see a little bit less run, but I still like it. That's really the only bet I was interested in. Was Gossesbear for shots. It's not great, so I might not get to it just because like I was hoping for it to be like 1.5 at minus terrible money, and it just isn't. So I might just, like I said, fully fade this game. No need. You don't need to bet all 13 unless if you're me, and then you do anyways.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to another 7:00 start. Calgary at Los Angeles. I listened back to the pod. I listened back to the pod yesterday, and I'm just like, Nazem Kadri's too cheap, but this is not the spot he's gonna burn us against fucking 40% owned Macklin Celebrini and the Sharks. What am I doing? How am I allowed to function on this planet to say like that's an incredibly good price, but not against the Sharks? Like he had 2 goals, 5 shots, absolute donkey smash. He remains 5,200 against the fucking Kings. Can Nazem Kadri get Jim Hiller fired?
We can only pray for so much in this world, and like that would be the greatest thing to ever happen. Yeah,
look,
this is interesting. Yeah, it's tough not to click on that button. And Connor Zary, I mean, are we considering it? Are we thinking about it? Not the same power play. That does suck, but I don't know.
What was his role?
He's good. Game? I mean, he had 4 shots, a goal, and assist. He played 17, 34. Power play 2.
Yeah. He's on the Parade power play unit.
I was going to say, you could. Parade didn't play a lot, but like Parade, Zary, Kadri is like a legitimate punt stack that's going to play like fucking a lot. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Crazier things have happened.
Farabee's 3,200 kills penalties and is top power play, so.
He doesn't shoot though. You forgot about that.
Well, if he literally has a better shot rate on the year than Connor Zary, so.
But he didn't last game.
This is why I do this. Like, this is why I set all this shit up, because like I want to be able to fact check nonsense like, oh, he doesn't shoot, but here's Connor Zary.
Right. Who also doesn't shoot. I know. It was it was like 80% a joke and like 20%. What if Connor Zary
coming out of your mouth
all of a sudden?
It's definitely a joke.
Okay, all right. Hey, whoa, hey. Connor Zary plus 140 for a point. Who says yes?
Let's see. Let's just look up the Flames.
What's Farabee for a point?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get down to.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Oh yeah, he's just not
No,
offered. Okay,
not offered.
that's
Okay, I was
fine.
like, I don't think Fair would be anywhere, so I guess it's Zari or bust.
Yeah, Zari 2 points, 850. Kadri 2 points is 400. Yeah, that's not bad.
We're starting to get to what I'm more interested in, and that is saying, fuck what happened last game. Let's play the best line on this team in Kuzmenko, Coronado, and Backlund. Also had a great game. Backlund scored, had an assist. Coronado had an assist. I mean, we're talking about good players that are also very cheap.
You said Kuzmenko, and I'm
Oh my god! Yeah, I meant Igor Sharangovich.
Okay. I was a little lost.
Wrong Russian, wrong team. We're gonna get to. I actually have no idea who Kuzmenko's gonna play, and also this reminds me, he is on my fantasy team that I did not set my lineup for. So talk about the second line for the Flames for 2 seconds. You didn't either.
Yeah, I totally forgot to.
You're welcome.
And I think I picked up Tommy Novak in a bunch of places too, so that would be bad.
Man, I'm gonna need to drop
anyway,
someone.
The second line, like DJ mentions, they are 12.6K. They average 31 expected DK points per game between them. Again, for 12K, I look for about a 2x multiplier. That is a over 2.5x multiplier. And they get 20 actual DK points per game because that's life. I don't know. I'm much more interested in Kadri personally. I just think Kadri is legitimately a good asset and whatnot, and he's coming off a 2-goal game. I want to like Coronado, but he just burns me every time, and so I've pretty much cooled on him. I don't think that his role is safe. I don't think that there's really a ton that separates him from just like the Farabees and Zaris of this team, and pains me to say it, but I guess I just want to see a little bit more consistency before I buy back in. I would take a look at.
You want to make a trade while we're live on the podcast?
Oh, let's see. Why don't we let's just throw the show off the rails and.
Yeah. What do you have in net? Jesus Christ, your goalies suck.
UPL.
Like, I need to trade a goalie today. So my goalies, for people at home that think I'm smart, right now I have Bussy, Skinner, Gibson, Hill, Stolars, and Logan Thompson, and I need to get rid of 2 of them because all of them got healthy all at the same time, including Hill.
All right, I can definitely.
I'm guessing you don't want Gibson.
No.
What about? I mean, could I interest you in one slightly used Stuart Skinner?
I feel like that's just waiver fodder. Let me take a look.
He's just simply not. He's
DJ's team is
roster.
DJ's team is better than mine, and it's so disappointing.
I mean, Stolar, Skinner, Gibson, or Hill. I'm trying to keep Bussy and Thompson. What's your favorite of that bunch? Comment in the comment section.
Probably Stolars.
I mean, I would trade him for a draft pick.
Especially if you're telling me you're gonna have to fucking drop a guy anyway.
I just don't know if I'm not dropping that. I'm making a trade.
Yeah, I just don't know. Trade that. Like, my team is bad, and like I just lost Mikko Rantanen for the rest of the season, and like Kevin Fiala's done, Heedle's done.
You're quitting.
I mean, I just feel like it'd be stupid for me to go, actually, I need to make a trade for a goalie now.
Aren't you like almost in the... All right, we could do this off air at this point. This is
well
peak.
I'm gonna hang up the phone there, but a nice little segue back.
I had to try.
The opposite of a segue. All right.
Okay,
Flames Greedon. That's where I was going. Greedon, power play 1. He is plus 155 for a point. Just
I'm clicking Zari instead. That guy's bad. Oh, 8-1 power play point. 825 on MGM. Okay. See you in a second, MGM.
Yeah, that seems good for
he's
a player
front, right?
I think he's more of the Huberdeau.
Really? God, remember Huberdeau?
Yeah, like he's like really. I mean, he's just a super skilled player. He's like 20 and was ripping up the AHL. I'm just trying to quickly click on his shots on the power play with Kadri.
He was the coach for the Raiders, right? Greedon? One of these days, you're going to come through the screen and actually kill me.
Like, it's not even close. Yeah,
it's not that far.
Here's Greedon's. I mean, yeah, he's the Huberto. He's just sort of sitting out here, facilitating.
Boost. MGM, give me a boost.
21 minutes. All right. So yeah, I like that on MGM for sure. 825.
It says I have a boost.
Congrats.
I'd like to use it now, sir or ma'am, behind the feed.
Fucking Kings. Are we kidding? Do we have to talk about them? Can we just not?
We don't have to. What the fuck?
Kuzmenko, is he still hurt? Do we know anything? Did we learn anything? Honestly, I just
no. I tried to look into it. It still says he's like, we're not sure.
Okay.
Unless
well, Byfield's probably going to be the third line center. I don't know. The problem is the Flames are bad, and even more importantly, the Flames play up-tempo hockey whenever they get the chance. Like they are, they are still one of the best teams just in raw like shot attempts and whatnot. The expected goals for them aren't anything special, but their pace remains high. It's just a classic team that actually, they're the 2014 Kings, where it's just every time they get into the zone, they take shots, so you get block shots, you get, shots on goal, you get saves. And so because they have no talent, also, it's like you can also score against them, and it's not like anything too terrible. So Brandt Clark stands out, 4,900 power play 1 with Panarin. That feels good. Panarin 7,200, Kempe 6,600, objectively good plays. Can I get burnt by them again, though, is the question. And I don't know. I don't know if I can stomach it. So any Kings takes there, because I think Byfield's done if he's not playing with Kopitar. I don't want to bet on him when he's not shown it all year pretty much.
No.
So
yeah, there just is no way that what we saw last game is going to stick and be exactly what we saw. Armo, obviously, because Armia got hurt 5 minutes. He played 5 minutes, so of course that's not going to stick.
Yeah, Kuzmenko was hurt. Armia, Kuzmenko missed the game to injury.
Yeah, it really brings me a lot of pain to say that. Yeah. Depending on the lineup, I might go right back to for the 95th time this season just to get hurt again, Quentin Byfield train, and just run that right into the ground. I mean, he's actually been shooting a lot going into the break, continued to shoot, coming back in. Like the role is there. He just isn't very good. It's very frustrating. I think it's just him and Brandt Clark are what I'm interested in betting and playing. Probably more interested in Byfield for betting related stuff. On the top power play, I think I'm just going to bet him until I finally am out of money. And that just after the Olympics, I have a lot more time now. So thank you.
Yeah.
But minus 105 for a point, just like
I just
don't care.
Concur if we see him playing with Kopitar and like playing the wing, but because of their injuries, like last game, he was centering more, and since Armia got hurt, not Armia, but like him having to drive his own line without a Kempe or Panarin is just such a death knell to me that, like, even though the power play, I agree, should function through him more than usual, like because of Panarin's handedness and the whole thing I laid out on Thursday, I just really struggle with the 5-on-5 deployment. So that'll be a 6:30 thing for me. Like if we get confirmation that Byfield's with Kopitar, that's my preference.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I'm gonna run that way as well. I mean, again, you kind of hinted at it. I like the game stack here a lot. Like really cheap Flames that you don't need to spend up. I mean, I think you probably want to spend up on the Kings, but like, it's not even that fucking expensive. Like Panarin 7,200 is not crazy at all. So a lot of options here to game stack. And I think this is one of the best games on the slate. And the next game after this is also a very good one. So let's get to it, get this moving. Washington and Montreal. Washington coming off of, they're on a back-to-back here going into Montreal, home and away. They they won 3-2 against the Kings. It's kind of a weird lineup. It's not the lineup I expected, but it's the lineup we're getting. And are we saying that line 2 is actually just so it was let us read it off because you don't have to get it right. Yes. Strome, Ovi, Beauvillier, Dubois, Wilson, Protas were the top 6. Ryan Leonard held his top power play spot. He was with Sordiff and McMichael at 5-on-5, which is a really fun third line, but a line that didn't see a lot of run at 5-on-5, unfortunately. So the line that saw the most run was Dubois, Wilson, Protas. Wilson remains the top power play guy, of course. Protas continues to never be on any power play, no matter what. And Dubois was on the second unit. Cover boy, of course, because second unit power play guys are my favorite. So I think I covered the majority of what this team looks like. I mean, the Montreal is an awesome team, but they do give up a bit defensively, and certainly they've struggled in net. So I like the second line. I don't think that's going to get by too many people. I just don't know if I like it more than Calgary 1. So it's kind of tough to click for me, but
yeah, 14.5K for that line over their last 10, 31 expected, and 35 actual, but PLD has 2 games in there, so a little bit of a grain of salt. Required, I would be fine chasing the PLD points. He's 3,600. I would want to play him though with one of Protas or Wilson, honestly, or Chychrun, and just say, Chychrun. Everything runs through Chychrun without John Carlson. Carlson should remain out. There was talk just yesterday about like how his injury was slower to heal than they had hoped, and I don't know why that would mean he's good to play today. So obviously we'll see there, but I'm pretty sure he's out. And Chychrun is just such an offensive engine that there's really no way to stack Washington without saying Chychrun's a good play if you're doing so. So that would be my preference. I tried the Ovi Strome stuff, especially at home. I think that has more legs, but didn't get there. Now they're on the road back to back. Not a spot that I'm particularly high on.
Yeah, Chychrun would have scored where Devin Taves got robbed. Tough break for Canada. Anyways, we move over to the nation's capital. Actually, our friend Zach will be at this game.
No shit.
So if we need the insider scoop, him and his dad and brother are going. Yeah, his brother was going to be in Montreal, he said. So yeah, he's in Montreal, and they're going to the game tonight, which is very cool to see Ovi one last time, probably for him.
When I went to Montreal in October, I texted him, and he never texted me back.
He doesn't text people or call people, but I mean, well, I called him last night. He didn't answer, and he texted me at like 10 a.m. Like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm in Montreal. I'm like, cool. But regardless, we look at this lineup, we talk about it. It's a tough matchup. It's getting more expensive.
They made some changes. Okay. Just Newhook, Evans, Bold Duke. That's it. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah. Last game, as we mentioned, they lost to the Islanders through 4-3 in overtime. Suzuki played 25 minutes, Caulfield 21, Slavkovsky 19, and Demidov 17. So like pretty clearly getting quite a bit of run. Again, like it's a bit of like pick your line. Top line, second line. Second line's a lot cheaper. I think we both think Oliver Kapanen is a player, but no power play run is really confusing and stupid. I'm not playing Lane Hudson at this price. I just think there's a lot better options. So, okay.
I will say, based on last game, this was what I expected to happen, and it did. So I much prefer Slavkovsky, Demidov, Kapanen because they are getting a hard match with Dobson, Hudson. Matheson, Gooley will get the shutdown minutes. Obviously, for the Capitals, that's a bit less meaningful. I'm guessing they go out against Dubois, like the tower line. And so whichever of, Ryan Leonard, McMichael, or Ovi Strome that Slavkovsky, Demidov, Kapanen get, I do think that with Dobson and Hudson, they are my favorite line there to win those minutes. So that's my take.
Well, I love that take. I'm glad you're being brave and bold and giving good takes. So yeah, Slafkovsky, Demidov, Lane Hudson, if you wish. But again, I think my problem with Lane Hudson is at 5,700. If I'm already saying I'd rather probably play the Flames, I think like the LA Flames, like I'm looking at Uyghur. Just the blocks bonus, not quite preloaded, but has been pretty much preloaded. So yeah, debates to be had. We got 4 games left as we push towards the finish line. We move on to the capitals of Canada, Ottawa, Toronto, 2 teams that desperately need a win. One more. I mean, Toronto is beyond life support at this point. They are the beeps are sounding in the background. Ottawa, it feels like I feel like everyone. I mean, again, and I'm a bit guilty of it. Like everyone thinks Florida is sort of the what's his name? The Jason Myers, Jason Daborsky, the movie,
Voorhees.
You know, Voorhees, the Jason Voorhees, and I kind of think it's Ottawa. Like eventually they're just gonna pop their hand back out of the ground and find their way into the playoffs, and I'd be much more afraid of them if they could just get league average goaltending. They're one of the better teams in the league, so I definitely lean Ottawa here. Again, both teams are desperate. I think we're gonna continue to see more minutes driven to specific players. They just ran a practice actually right as we are recording. I just retweeted the Lions. I think they were about the same, but we'll pull them up quickly just to verify what you have on the screen is correct. They were Grieg, Cousins, Kachuk, Batherson, Ehlers, Giroux, no Stützle. Guess we'll have to keep an eye on that. Cousins, Pinto, Amadio. So my guess is that Stützle's probably fine. They're going to be with Giroux and Batherson, but we will keep an eye on that. So it looks to be about the same. Sanderson, Zub, Shabbat, Jensen. Who cares about the rest? Pretty interesting-ish game, I think, just because, like I'm saying, I think minutes are going to continue to really start to peak for a lot of the top players. Like these teams are absolutely must win. Every loss at this point just pushes them into the catacombs further. So any thoughts on Ottawa? Because like I said, I think I'm just a little bit more interested in their side of the coin, but like how to play it other than just say like, I guess I'm playing Brady Tkachuk.
Yeah, I do think it just has to be Brady. I don't. I'm trying to look at Stützle stuff, and it's none of it's really inspiring to me. And Brady's been fine. He shoots a bunch, and
I'm once again going to say the same thing, but like Dylan Cousins, it's like that's the perfect guy to play with Brady. He is 100 cheaper than Nazem Kadri. Like, did you just one off Brady? Is that what we're talking here? Just like, I think yes. I mean, honestly, or one off Batherson. Like, if you do believe Stützle's good, it's him lifting other players up, and like Batherson's a guy that if you lift him up a little bit, like he has explosive upside at 5K. So I don't know. Playing those two together is a little bit thin to vary.
275 for a goal on Batherson. A good bit better than the other offerings that are 240. If you want to bet against the Leafs, I think that's
there is a goal scorer boost. I don't hate the idea of Batherson joining that list.
We will do that at the end. So yeah.
I know. I'm just getting excited.
I'm not scolding you. I'm just letting the people know that if they're hanging here for an hour and a half, they're getting the goal scorer boost at the end. So
make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. We continue on.
Nothing else.
Anything else? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, nothing else from me. Let's get to the Toronto side. Do we know what their lineup's going to be? Because they were stinky last time out, and morning skate
5-1 loss. Yeah, it's not good. I will say one thing. You know, Morgan Riley lost the top power play job. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. They scored with Oliver Ekman-Larsson out there. He got it back.
I'm looking. This morning they ran power play units, and here is your lineup.
Berube needs to just him and Jim Hiller they got to go on a vacation together out of the league. It's just over. And I don't feel bad. I'm saying it, and I love, and trust me, big Morgan Riley guy. But I've drafted a ton of him. Would love to see him continue on the top power play. The guy just isn't that good. It's a really tough break. for the Morgan Riley truthers like myself. I'm just not playing Toronto. So there's that. That's all I really got here. And I'm not betting Toronto either. Like, this is a very good Ottawa team at 5-on-5. It's going to be largely driven through the power play. If you're doing anything, you're doing Matthew Nyes. His price has plummeted after last game. He was like plus money for a point. Now he's minus 135 in a worse matchup. Nobody on this team is shooting so much that I'm going to the map for them. There's just nothing here that makes me excited on the Toronto side.
Yep.
So tough break for them.
Ottawa's just not a team I target with offensive pieces. So yeah, that's about the long and short of it. I think Morgan Riley is fine if you 4,200 defenseman. He's been quite good from a fantasy perspective this season. So yeah, it's been rough as of late, but he's a good player when you look at the long term, and he's been even a little bit better this season, and the price just doesn't reflect that. So that's fine with me. I want to take a look to make sure the books aren't too crazy on his props here.
Mantha scored on the power play.
Yeah, Mantha.
That's a shot on goal.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Nothing super exciting from the Morgan Riley perspective.
I would say, yeah, don't do it. Let's keep it moving. 3 games left. I was hoping to be done under an hour and a half. That's not quite going to happen, but we're pretty close. So
Buffalo,
the never-ending W's of the Buffalo Sabres. Are they the only team on a back-to-back? No, we already talked about Washington. But the only other team on a back-to-back is the Buffalo Sabres. They go into Tampa, into the second best team in the league's house, where they don't have a good matchup. Not surprising. I mean, I'm certainly not playing them because I'm not spending 8,200 for Tage Thompson here. I think it's fine, but that's the only way to really do it. I tried the Doan Norris thing, almost worked out a little bit, not really. I'm just not that interested in stacking through Buffalo here. They're very spread out with their scoring. They're rolling 3 lines and giving the 4th line some ice time. I think the interesting note is that there's 4 defensemen playing like 25 minutes a night. And all of them, I think, have, blocks upside, point upside. Dahlin, of course, has break the slate upside. Is there one of those 3 that you're the most interested in?
I guess Tage. He's.
I said of the defensemen that aren't Dahlin, really.
Oh, I thought you're okay. Tage.
Like I'm saying, there's 3 cheap defensemen on this team.
No. There's
okay, cool,
no.
Perfect. None of them.
No,
great.
No. I'm trying to figure out if Zach Benson plays where he slots in, and I'm guessing it's Oslin because Krebs is on an empty net heater. So that could be worth monitoring.
Yeah. Benson's close. He was sick, like very sick, but it sounds like he's like back and can join the team and play. So,
all right. Great.
Tampa.
I don't know. They're against Tampa on a back-to-back. It sucks.
Yeah.
Tampa. Are we going to pretend that Brandon Hagel is going to play with Point Kucherov again, or are we just saying it's Gage Gonsalves' world and we're all just living in it? Let's see.
It is Gage Gonsalves' world, and we're all just living in it. Radish continues to play 26 minutes and be, one of the top fantasy defensemen in the world. He is the 4th most expensive defenseman on the slate, which is warranted. 5 blocks, 4 shots last game. I mean, he's a double bonus, 3-point upside type of player. If you're going to go that route with Tampa, I think you include him. I get that Buffalo is in a great matchup. I mean, they do win a lot of games and they are good. I mean, it's like you can't argue they haven't played well. It's really, really expensive, but Point does make it doable at 6,500. Still just a bit too cheap, especially with the role he's getting right now. So yeah, I'm tentatively interested, but I just don't think I like it enough to spend the money on it. Are you going to try to convince me otherwise?
Yeah, I mean, it almost doesn't matter if Anthony Cirelli's back because then they just have a top 6 that's just good, and you don't need to worry about like getting stuck basically with like a less than type center. Radish is very interesting at 64. It doesn't feel like I'll have salary for 6,400 Radish in all honesty, the way that I'm sort of seeing the way I want to play this slate. So I don't know. I'm not super interested in Tampa personally, but
Perfect. Me neither.
yeah, that's
great. Great news.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm trying to figure out. So John Cooper should be back, but he didn't give like interview or anything. Sorelli skated this morning in an optional practice, but the assistant coach that hadn't spoken to the medical team. So, and I think that is a really big deal though, for just because other than Kucherov Point, like Gensel, Hagel, like they have value if Sorelli's in, much more so than if Dominic James is their center.
Yeah.
Even if just from a strict minutes perspective.
I mean, by the way, I guess another thing, I'm almost Xing this game out from a betting perspective too. Like every single player you'd be named on Tampa is like minus 200 for a point against Buffalo on a back-to-back. Like just very unnecessary variance to throw in a parlay. Not a good value at all. The only thing that I'm, I guess, looking at is shots for Braden Point, but even that's way beyond what I'd like to bet at minus 140, 145 range for 3. Like he's just not been such a prolific rate shooter. I think that's warranted. So like there's just nothing here that I like for really anything. So I think I'm just fully fading it. Like we talked about, is Josh Norris going to ascend back to shooting the puck ever? He kind of did last game. I don't think you want to continue to run that into the ground. I mean, if you want to bet him for a point, he's plus 145. Like that's just the only thing I'm seeing here that I'm like, yeah, that's a click. But other than that, I think I'm just fully out on this game.
Okay. Nashville at Dallas, 8:00 start. The only game that we will not know everything prior to lock of the Fantasy Hockey World Championship, which, if you are unfamiliar, there is no late swap at that contest. And if you try to do it, your entry will be void and you will lose. So don't try it. Nashville,
I'm not there.
Nashville just beat Chicago. Doesn't really tell you much about them, but Stamkos, O'Reilly, Evangelista were significantly owned. I'm guessing we don't need to worry about that because that was more of a matchup thing than it was a Stamkos O'Reilly thing. But I guess keep an eye out. I assume you're going to tell me that you prefer Forsberg and Marchessault, and I agree there. Anything else you want to say about these Predators? Sorry, these Nashville Predators. Maybe that doesn't come out the cleanest.
I want to say nothing about that. Yeah, I agree with what you said. I would say it is what I would have said, and it is how I feel. So yeah, I side with that. Roman Yossi's playing great as well, but like really, really price prohibitively expensive. I'm much more inclined to play more in the middle on this slate. I've already mentioned a few of the stacks I like that are all more in the middle, and this is sort of there as well. But like, you could spend up to get Yossi and punt somewhere else. I think that's very fair. So that's all I really have for Nashville. I'm not getting cute. There is nothing down the lineup that I'm interested in. Give me that. And I will say, like, I love Stamkos still. Like, I think you could reasonably convince me to play Stamkos, Marchessault, Forsberg, and I'd be totally fine with that. Run it through the power play, run it through the guys that are actually shooting the puck and producing most offense. So I'm fine with that.
All right. Mom's trip for Nashville. All
right.
There's your narrative.
Lock it in.
Yeah, Matthew Woods scored an absolute rocket last game.
He's so fucking good, and they just don't play him. It's so dumb.
Gosh, yeah.
Dallas news we got 17 minutes ago is Lyubushkin is in, Petrovic is out, Ottinger starts, Hintz is still in Fresno, will be available tomorrow. Not sure on Faxa, but not sure if he's on in tonight.
Oh, Frisco. I'm like, why the fuck is he in Fresno?
Frisco. Wait, Frisco. This is Frisco.
Yeah, where their practice facility
What did I
is.
say?
Okay. You said Fresno.
Okay. Did I say Fresno? Okay, I meant
I'm like,
Frisco,
oh, they sent them
whatever.
on a nice vacation? Like, oh, okay.
I wish. Yeah, and the nicest place to go is Fresno. Robertson, Johnson, Bjork was the top line. Bjork played 18 minutes last game, so I think that is sticky-ish.
Bjork.
Could change at any moment, but like Maverick Bork is kind of the guy I'm betting through. I think I like him for 3 shots. It's sort of like him and Bobby Brink as 2 of the guys to boost up a little bit. He's plus money for a point. Didn't play on the top power play is a little bit concerning, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm just way more interested in that than like going the Jamie Ben Duchesne Steele route. I don't trust that line as much at 5-on-5. I know it scored twice, but it just isn't as intriguing to me, shockingly, as Johnson, Robertson, and Bjork. So I think I'm looking at Maverick as like a guy I'm looking to for kind of anything and everything. But definitely gonna be betting on.
Yeah, Maverick Bork is certainly where I want to start as well. So let's just take a quick look, see if any props are offered for him.
There are
his
shot props
offered.
Hello.
That's nice.
He had 8 attempts last game. 18 minutes.
Yeah, on Fanatics. Fanatics, if you have it's the best. Otherwise, it looks like DK is the only one offering ladders. So that's fine. Goal scorer plus 330. Also very good. And
5
point. 115 DK looks like the best. 115 on both Fanatics and DK. Slightly better if you want to bet the ladder for points on Fanatics. So I do think that Maverick Bork is a good guy to sort of go in on this slate for the exact reasons you laid out. He's a good player in a role that just simply has never existed for him before and will not exist for the indeterminate future, meaning there's really no reason to not squeeze all the juice out of it that you can if you're the coaching staff, for example, with Hintz coming back soon.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really like that. I think you certainly could go Duchesne Ben because they're power play and whatnot, but I like playing Johnston, Robertson, Bork with Thomas Harley. Harley is just officially all the way back. I've seen more than enough. He's back to being the Thomas Harley who I wanted him to be before the season, and that's a triple bonus threat anytime he steps on the ice. He's 5,200, no problems there for me. And I don't think people play him because that's just, there's a lot of good players there at that range. And I just want to plant my flag that he is the best of the bunch.
Yeah,
final game.
Couldn't agree more. Final game.
Not on the Fantasy Hockeyville Championship slate, but on the main slate for DK, Vancouver at Seattle. Fun. We're all going to have great fun watching this game after a wonderful day of hockey from noon to 10 p.m. and then we have to watch this fucking game. Any thoughts on Vancouver?
Not a lot. They suck. They're very bad, and I don't really respect them as a team. So it's tough for me to want to tout them too much. They are also very cheap. So, something to at least think. But so that last game, for example, they lost in overtime to Winnipeg. They had 1.9 expected goals. They do not produce a lot of offense. That is all to say. They did get a few guys back, though. Rossi, Besser, and O'Connor were the top line. Pedersen, Kane, DeBrusk, second line. Like, that feels like at least a group of players in the National Hockey League. Marco Rossi was top power play with DeBrusk, Pedersen, Roenick, and Besser. So, like, you see where to correlate and play the guys that you want to play against a Seattle team that I just frankly don't want to stack against is the problem here. But I could see a narrative where you say that there's a player on this team that's useful. I just don't know who it is and how to play them, but very, very cheap.
Indeed, it is cheap. The lines remain the same from last game in practice yesterday, so at least that's good news. Was it Buium on the top power play? I didn't check.
No, it was Roenick.
Okay.
Or was it they changed it?
No, I didn't. I don't see anything from practice about power plays.
Yeah,
so
he played 16 minutes last game in power play too with Willander.
Yeah. I don't think there's much excitement then. Rossi, Besser, top power play. Let's do that. Rossi Besser, top power play. That would be my favorite thing here.
I agree. That would be the best way to do it, but you don't have to. Let's get to the more interesting side while you click a bunch of buttons. And
Seattle.
I absolutely love McCann Beniers Heberle. I think it's very, very, very sneaky to just play that stack at the end of the night, and it's going to get by everybody, and no one's going to think to play it. And that is mainly sarcasm, because I do think people will play it.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we no, because they played back-to-back. They went to practice yesterday. No morning skate as of now. We'll keep an eye out for Seattle changes, but I concur, and that's all I can really get behind. Kaapo Kakko returned. He looked good in Finland, and he scored last game in his first game back, so maybe there's something there for 3K, but there's nothing statistically that's going to show that he's a good play, even at that price in this matchup. So it's more of a vibes thing, in my opinion. All right,
I like
let's just fucking cap this off with our stupid little parlay thing and get out of here, because we've talked about every team now.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking starving. I've eaten like one granola bar and it's 1:00. So yeah, let's cap it off here. So guaranteed goals. I am clicking the Drake Batherson button for us right now.
Okay.
Give me Drake Batherson.
It's a 4 leg thing, right?
4 leg thing.
All right, so Drake Batherson, 275. I like that. We're talking the all-day extravaganza.
Everything you want and more. You want the Oil Shark Bowl? Pick the Oil Shark Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is Will Smith.
There's no rules to this. We're picking the 4 goal scorers that we're thinking there's no rules. No rules.
Yeah,
as long as you like the bet.
Yeah, I'm keeping Will Smith in the chamber. What's Kadri? Kadri 260. He's in.
Kadri. Okay.
Ooh, all right. I'll close mine off with Slavkovsky. 210. That seems really good.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay.
That money line also minus 165 in a 6.5 against the Caps. Like, that is a sizable team total for Montreal here that might go overlooked.
You know what? Just give me Leon. Give me Leon. Give me Batherson.
Okay.
Leon, Batherson, Slavkovsky, and Kadri.
Yep, I like it.
You know what? Leon or McDavid? I'll let you pick. You can pick Leon or McDavid. You have this is basically the same bet.
Yeah, they're the same. I mean, I'm already it's fucking
tough.
Invested in McDavid leading the league in goals that I can't deal with the heartbreak of him not scoring again.
Give us Leon. I mean, we could go Hyman too.
Actually,
I actually don't even think that's wrong.
Actually, let's just let the stupid nonsense that I keep solve this problem. McDavid 15.9. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go McDavid. He's been slightly better last 10 games. Expected fantasy points for the same odds.
McDavid, Batherson, Slavkovsky, $50 max. I'm gonna do. Actually that seems kind of egregious. I'll do 35 in the round robins.
David, Batherson, Slavkovsky, and
Kadri.
Who was my first one? Kadri. Yep.
Kadri.
Okay. Cool. Booked.
Okay.
All right. Let's win. Let's win all the money. Congratulations to us on our win. And thank you to everyone for hanging out with us on this Saturday afternoon. Anything else you want to say before we head into the rest of the day?
Go Sabres. I'll be posting bets soon. There's plenty of time now, and there'll be bets coming soon. I'm just going to get some food and get I've already posted a few, but more coming.
Great. We'll be back on Tuesday next week, or Monday night for the Tuesday slate. And just wanted to shout out Brett from Underdog, who got laid off yesterday from Underdog. It's a bit troubling that Underdog is disinvesting from the drafts game, but he did a lot for the hockey side of Underdog drafts, so pouring out for him, and hopefully something better comes along. But yeah, so Underdog on the shit list once again because it's just a pick'em slop farm again. Great, thanks for trying for 6 months, Underdog.
No, don't worry, they're gonna have future bets on fucking bullshit any minute now, and then we're just gonna be betting on who's gonna fart at what press conference, and it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's great.
A lot of math behind it.
Join the Discord if you have not. We'll be updating news in there all day long. DM me at Fake Moods or DJ at DJ_Mitcher94 if you need a link there. It's a good place to hang out. So that'll do. And now back to the real world. Thank you all for listening. From Doug, from DJ, from myself. Have a good Saturday, everybody, and we will see ya.
You're sitting there looking like an idiot.
Well, is that any different than normal?
This is the first time I will admit was unbelievably wrong.